Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about software engineers leaving a FANG company. So let's get into it. So the question in question was, Frederick, when a software engineer leaves a top company like Google or Facebook, do they to go to work in a no-name company, do they find the challenges and daily work 10 times easier? I'm gonna have to call him up uh, and just ask to verify. Because I'm pretty sure that my friend is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's same but different for him. That's probably what he would say after talking to him a few times about the whole thing. I think it would be this answer. Because the thing is, I mean, I don't want to smack talk him, but he produced nigh on as many bugs as the rest of us. So I don't really know where his Google magic came from, or maybe it just dried up. Maybe it's like like a buff or something. You have to be in the company to gain the experience and the 10xness. That might be it. Because as soon as he left, he just seemed to be a normal average dude who could write code. And the friends that I have today, they're similar sort of people. I mean, there's this one guy I work with who used to work for one of these companies, and he used to work for not for Google or Facebook, but he was working for one of the big ones, and he just I don't know. He has some really shitty ideas. I'm sorry to say. I love this dude to death, but sometimes he just doesn't get stuff done. So we have to help him. And in many cases, he gets stuff done and he has to help us. So I'm guessing that no, I don't think that any of them feel that the daily work is 10x easier. I think, on the other hand, that the person who asked this question seems to have the idea that if you work at Google or Facebook or Netflix or whatever, there is some magical thing going on that is so advanced that if you take a single developer from one of these companies and put them in like the realm of mortals, it will be like a demigod walking around the streets, and code will be just become magically better by their presence. If they just I mean, I promise, I've seen how companies just hire ex-Googlers and Facebookers to just sit in the cafeteria or lounge of their company, and the code just all the tests started passing. I swear to God, I've seen it. But on average, I think that the case is that no, that's not how it works. The main difference that you will see at these bigger companies is the way that you deliver software and how much focus there is on quality and bureaucracy and office politics and things of that nature. The skills is a different question. You see, the thing is that you are doing the thing that is I'm guessing now. I don't even know if the people at the Linux Foundation care anymore. Maybe there are a few upstarters there who just kind of started working with them that feel like this is annoying, or maybe the people at Mozilla feel that way. I'm not sure if there is any rivalry. Probably the people who've been doing it for a while just don't care. But the people who have no fucking clue whatsoever what it means to be a software developer, or do any type of serious work in the IT space, they seem to believe that famous brand company is the same thing as you're a fucking rockstar programmer who's better than everybody else. I will try to explain this as nicely as I can, guys. Not every single person in a FANG company is a super programmer. There are people outside of the FANG companies who are super good as well. Oh my god. The reason why you believe that all the best programmers in the world are working at these companies is because they have a lot of the good developers, and because they pour in money into their corporate brand, my friend. Do you want to hear a secret? You know that language everybody loves to hate, Java. Guess what Sun did to get that thing to be where it is today? money, 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 money. Now, I'm not gonna try to diminish any of the FANG companies because they make some of the world's best products, and as I said, they have some of the best developers in the world. But that doesn't make out everybody. You cannot build a company the size of the sort of scale we're talking about here with only the best of the best on the planet. You try to get them, but it's impossible for you to evaluate. And in many cases, some of the best developers, they're not even interested in working for you. I know this for a fact because I've worked for a company of this scale, and I have friends, as I told you, that literally chose to say, you know what, no, I don't want to work for this massive trendy company. I want to go and do this thing over here because it seems to be more fun. And as I said, the fact that you asked this question tells at least me that you probably have no idea what it means to be a software developer. And I think that you are speaking as a person who has bought into the infomercials about the brands that you're talking about with hook, line, and sinker. And don't worry about it because practically everybody does it. It's the same deal with people who believe that a piece of clothing really is worth $10,000. It's just beyond me. So what I want you to take away from this is that no, the work is not 10x easier for someone who goes from Google to another company. In many cases, they're probably going to have to deal with more bullshit than they had to in Google and Facebook. Because the thing that's really worth saying about the FANG companies and like the bigger companies is that one thing that they do really well, I think, is the tooling and pushing of innovation, and like they especially like that's one of the things that I really love about Google. There's a lot of focus on developer tooling and productivity, which is a very good focus for a purebred IT company such as Google to focus on. It is something that is extremely important. It is one of the reasons why they are where they are today. But the thing is, guys, if you leave that, because remember, not every single person in Google is working on Kubernetes or their lowest levels of infrastructure. Not every single person there is going to be a super genius. There's all these normal mortals there as well, because I know them, I work with them, they used to work there, who just do web. I know, right? Weird. And that work is still the same work. It's just a different process. And as I said, in many of the smaller companies, you're going to have to do a lot of stuff. You don't have the luxury of having the best of the best to cover up, or like you're not able to afford to have the sort of quality checks and all of the infrastructure that a company of that scale has. So you have to take more responsibilities and you have to cut more corners and do all this stuff that nobody wants to do. And we can discuss which one is harder to deal with. But one thing I can promise you is that, for at least from the people that I know who's worked for FANG companies and companies that are at the same sort of prestige level, they just seem to be completely normal people. That, except for their farts, they don't smell. I don't know why, but that's the only thing that is weird. Have a great day.